Hello sweet friend, I'm Sprout. Today we're making this cute little big mouth piece. It's beginner friendly, so just take your time and follow along. I also made a PDF pattern with all the stitch counts and key steps, so it's easier to follow or remake later. You can find it in my Etsy shop through the link on my page. For this project, I'm using DK or light worsted weight yarn with a 3mm hook. Alright, let's get started. Start with the main body. Go ahead and make a magic ring, 9 half double crochets inside. Wrap the yarn around your pinky, bring it over your index, and wrap twice on your middle finger. 1 wrap, 2 wraps. Hold that crossing point with your thumb. Insert your hook into the loop, going through both strands. Yarn over and pull through. Chain 1, this does not count as a stitch. Now go ahead and work 9 half double crochets into the ring. Yarn over. Insert into the ring and yarn over. Pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That's your first half double crochet. Place a stitch marker into that first stitch. Right into the full stitch here. Once you have all 9, go ahead and pull the ring tight. Start pulling one strand, whichever one moves first. Then pull the strand closer to the tail. Tighten it all the way. Then pull the second strand to fully close it up. Take out your marker and slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Insert your hook into that stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Then pull through the loop on your hook. That's your slip stitch. And just like that, round 1 is done. Now for round 2, go into each stitch and make 2. Go into the same stitch and make 1 more. Start with a chain 1 here. Place your marker in the first stitch. Then go back into that same stitch and make 1 more. Keep going all the way around. You should end up with 18 stitches. Hold the yarn tail as you go, then you can trim it after a few stitches. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 2 is done. Go ahead and trim the extra yarn. For round 3, go 1 half double crochet, then an increase. You'll have 27 stitches. Start with a chain 1 here. Place your marker in that first stitch. Go 1/2 double crochet, then 2 in the next stitch. Repeat that all the way around. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 3 is done. Round 4, go to half double crochets, then 1 increase. You'll have 36 stitches. Start with a chain 1 here. Place your marker in the first stitch. Go to half double crochets, then 2 in the next stitch. Keep going all the way around, nice and steady. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 4 is done. From round 5 to 11, just keep working 36 half double crochets. Start round 5 with a chain 1 here. Place your marker in the first stitch. Keep going all the way around, same rhythm here. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 5 is done. From here, it's the same steps repeated. I'll fast forward. Just go at your own pace, I'll be right here with you. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Now, the main color is done. Go ahead and chain 1. Leave a tail and cut the yarn. Pull it tight. Next, we're switching yarn, so rounds 5 to 11 are all done. Go ahead and grab your new yarn. Start round 12 by inserting into the first stitch after the slip stitch. Hold the new yarn at the back. Lay it across like this. Chain 1, this does not count as a stitch. For round 12, do 4 single crochets, then 1 decrease. Repeat 6 times, 30 stitches total. Go into the first stitch and make a single crochet. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. That's 1 single crochet. Place your marker in the first stitch. Go ahead and work for single crochets, then we'll do a decrease. Insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, then into the next stitch, and pull up another. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops for the decrease. Keep going, 4 single crochets and 1 decrease all the way around. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 12 is done. For round 13, just work 30 single crochets. Start with a chain 1 here. Place your marker in the first stitch. Keep going all the way around, 30 stitches. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 13 is done. Now switch yarn again, then chain 1. Leave a tail and cut the yarn. And just like that, round 13 is complete. Go ahead and grab your new yarn. Insert into the first stitch after the slip stitch. Pull the new yarn through to join. For rounds 14 and 15, just work 30 single crochets. Chain 1. This does not count. Go into the first stitch. Place your marker in that first stitch. Keep going all the way around, 30 stitches. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 14 is done. Round 15, same thing again. Slip stitch to join, and round 15 is done. For round 16, work 8 single crochets, then chain 14. Skip 14 stitches, then work 8 more, still 30 stitches total. Start with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Go ahead and work 8 single crochets. Now chain 14. Skip 14 stitches. Then go into the next stitch after that. Work another 8 single crochets. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 16 is done. Shape the mouth here, then from rounds 17 to 21, just keep working 30 single crochets. Start round 17 with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Keep going all the way around. Once you reach the chain space, go into one side of the chain loops. Then keep going with 8 more single crochets. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. Round 18 is the same as round 17. We're just repeating the same steps here. I'll fast forward. You go at your own pace. I'll be right here with you. Slip stitch to join. And round 21 is done. For round 22, go into the back loop only. Each stitch looks like a V. Work into the back loop, the one farther from you. That's your back loop only. Now work 3 single crochets, then 1 decrease, 6 times total. Start with a chain 1. Go into the back loop only. Place your marker in the first stitch. Three single crochets, then 1 decrease. Repeat all the way around. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 22 is done. Round 23, still in the back loop, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, 6 times total. Chain 1, go into the back loop, place your marker in the first stitch. 2 single crochets, then 1 decrease. Repeat all the way around. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 23 is done. Round 24, still in the back loop, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. 6 times total. Chain 1, go into the back loop, place your marker in the first stitch. 1 single crochet, then 1 decrease. Repeat all the way around. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 24 is done. Round 25, still in the back loop, just do 6 decreases. Start with a chain 1. Go into the back loop. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work your decreases all the way around. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. Chain 1 and cut the yarn. Leave a small tail. Bring the tail inside the piece. Pull it through to the inside. Use a needle or your hook to weave it in. Just go through a few stitches inside. Trim the extra yarn. And just like that, the main body is done. Next, let's make the hair. We'll work into the front loops we left earlier. There are 5 rounds here. These are the front loops from rounds 21 to 25. We'll work from top to bottom. Go into any front loop on this round. You can also start in the gap here. Bring in your hair color. Pull the yarn through, hold it down. Chain 5. Then slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch into the next stitch. Keep repeating that. Chain 5, then 1 slip stitch. Keep repeating. If this gap feels a little too big, you can go back into the first stitch and slip stitch one more time. If the gap looks fine, just move to the next round. Now let's start the second round. For this round, we're still using the front loops. Chain 5, then slip stitch into the front loop. Keep going in that same rhythm. Follow this pattern until all 5 rounds are done. When you reach the last stitch of the last round, after the slip stitch, chain 1, leave a tail and cut the yarn. Bring this tail inside the body. Then weave it in, and the hair's done. Next, let's make the mouth. You can start from the top or the bottom. Whichever feels easier for you. Grab the mouth color and insert into the first stitch. Pull the yarn through. First, work 14 single crochets at the corner make 1 single crochet into each opening, so that's 2 single crochets, then work 14 more, and 2 at the next corner, 32 stitches total. Start with a chain 1, then go into the same stitch. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 14 single crochets. On the top edge, go into the remaining half of the chain loops. 3, 4, 5. "14 single crochets. At the corner, find the next good opening. Make 1 single crochet into each opening, 2 single crochets here. Same thing on the bottom. Go into the full stitch. Work 14 single crochets. Make 2 single crochets at the corner. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round one of the mouth is done. Now, let's make round 2. Start with 14 single crochets. Then make 2 single crochet increases, and work 14 more, then 2 more increases, 36 stitches total. Start with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 14 single crochets. Now make a single crochet increase. Repeat that twice. Then work 14 single crochets. Make 2 single crochet increases. Take out the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And round 2 is done. For round 3, start with 14 single crochets. Then make 4 increases. 14 single crochets, then 4 more increases, 44 stitches total. Start with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 14 single crochets. Make for single crochet increases. Work 14 single crochets. Make for single crochet increases. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 3 is done. For round 4, work 44 single crochets. Start with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Keep going all the way around, 44 stitches. Take out the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And round 4 is done. For round 5, start with 14 single crochets, then make for decreases. 14 single crochets, then for more decreases. 36 stitches total. Start with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 14 single crochets. For the decrease, we'll use an invisible decrease. Go into the front loops only. Use the front loops of the next 2 stitches. That's 1 decrease. Repeat the decrease 4 times. Then work 14 more single crochets. Make 4 decreases. Take out the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Chain 1 and cut the yarn. Leave a small tail. Pull it tight. Then weave this tail in on the front side. You can use a needle or your hook. Trim the extra yarn. Then turn the mouthpiece over. Clean up the yarn ends inside too. And the mouthpiece is done. Next, let's make the arms and legs. The steps are mostly the same. Only the round count changes. For the arms, make 8 rounds. For the legs, make 5 rounds. Start with a magic ring. Make 7 single crochets. Place your marker in the first stitch. Pull the ring tight. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 1 is done. For the legs, rounds 2 to 5 are the same. Work 7 single crochets each round. Start with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 7 single crochets. Take out the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. You can trim the extra yarn tail. Then turn the piece inside out. And round 2 is done. Round 3 is the same as round 2. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join, and round 3 is done. Round 4 is the same as round 3. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join, and round 4 is done. Round 5 is the same as round 4. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join, and round 5 is done. If this is a leg, you can stop here. Cut the yarn and leave a long tail for sewing. And the little leg is done. Make 2 legs the same way. For the arms, add 3 more rounds. So the arms have 8 rounds total. Round 6 is the same as round 5. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join, and round 6 is done. Round 7 is the same as round 6. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join, and round 7 is done. Round 8 is the same as round 7. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join, and round 8 is done. Leave a long tail for sewing here. And the little arm is done. Make 2 arms the same way. Next, let's make the hanging strap. You can make the strap as long as you like. Start with a slip knot. Yarn over and pull up a loop. This knot does not count as a stitch. Yarn over and pull through. That's 1 chain stitch. I'm making about 60 chains here. Fold it in half and check the length against the body. It just needs to go a little past the mouth. Once the length looks good, cut the yarn. Leave a small tail. Tie the 2 ends together. Once it's tied, set it aside. You can also add another knot here to make it easier to tuck in. Just tie it however it feels secure, then set it aside. Next, let's make the little top ball for the strap. Start with a magic ring and 7 single crochets. Chain 1 first. This does not count as a stitch. Pull the ring tight. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 1 is done. Round 2, increase in every stitch, 14 stitches total. Start with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Make a single crochet increase 7 times. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 2 is done. For rounds 3 to 5, work 14 single crochets. Start round 3 with a chain 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Work 14 single crochets. Take out the marker and slip stitch to join. And round 3 is done. From here, it's the same pattern. I'll fast forward, just follow along at your own pace. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. And round 5 is done. Round 6, make 7 decreases, leaving 7 stitches. Start with a chain 1. Use invisible decreases here, going into the front loops. Join 2 stitches into 1. Place your marker in the first stitch. Keep working around. Make 7 decreases. After 7 decreases, pull the loop long and start stuffing. Don't slip stitch yet. Add a little stuffing first, then tuck the strap inside. Once it's inside, add a little more stuffing. Fill it nice and full. Now take out the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Leave a long tail for sewing the opening closed. Thread your needle. Pick up the front loops of the remaining stitches, one by one. Then pull it closed. Secure it and weave in the tail. You can also pass the needle through the middle of the strap to hold it in place. Follow the texture of the piece and hide the tail. After a few stitches, cut the yarn. Trim the extra tail. And the hanging strap is done. The little strap ball is finished. Next, let's make the eyes. Start with a magic ring and 7 single crochets. 7 single crochets. Chain 1 first. This does not count as a stitch. Work 7 single crochets into the ring. Place a marker in the first stitch. Seven single crochets, then pull the ring tight. Take out the marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Pull the loop long. Leave a small tail and cut the yarn. Bring the yarn tail to the back side. And the eyepiece is done. Make 2 eyes the same way. Trim the back tails, leaving just a little bit. Once all the pieces are finished, we can start assembling. Start with the arms. Place them around the side of the mouth. Flatten the arm and sew it on. Sew it straight if you want it to sit like this, or angle it forward a little. Then sew it in place. After the arms are sewn on, flatten the legs too. Find a good spot and sew them on the same way. Once the arms and legs are on, glue the eyes in place. Then glue on the pupils. After that, insert your hook through the opening at the top, right through the gap we left earlier. Pull the hanging strap through. And that's it for today. If you'd like a cleaner version to follow later, I also made a PDF pattern for this one. If you get stuck at any step, just leave me a comment. I'm always here to help. I can't wait to see your version. See you next time.